You guys are ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Awesome. Good to hear. Well, yeah, we'll get into it then. Back to the role-playing game. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I don't know how much you guys remember. Last we left off, Tredicor and Lorna, you guys returned to Iron Haven with the fabled Crystal Princess. Elrond said to talk to the wise men at the lake and figure out what all the fuss is about. And Tredicor, the downtime here is 3 days. You're going to get a long rest. Everybody already is finishing their long rest. But we already kind of went over how these two spent their downtime. So, Tredicor, what are you doing during your downtime? Are you just going to rest and recuperate? Because you could potentially kind of recover maybe from your curse. I'd let you make a roll, or you could do something different during these 3 days.
Let's see. The curse, let me check.
Basically, it just makes you rest longer when you do a long rest.
Okay, yeah.
Similar
Yeah,
stuff.
can I roll for that then?
Yeah, so make a DC, or make a just like a luck roll with your D20.
13.
Tridicor spends much time resting. That's a pretty good attempt there. Not quite enough. Maybe we'll give you like advantage next time.
Okay, I can
But
go with that.
For now, not too much happens, but you do, get a really good rest. You feel better. And yeah, you definitely get some vibes about what's going on during these 3 days. It's been pretty cold and snowy, a little bit like slushy throughout Iron Haven as you guys are just resting and recuperating in the towers. These two have some tasks they're doing. Cassie is going and learning magic at the church, and Lorna is doing some tasks for Elrond and some private investigatory work, as it were. There's actually a dinner you would attend and kind of celebrate because Lorna found this murderer who murdered Elrond's friend. So Elrond's happy, and you guys are going out. You guys wake up on the fourth day, as it were. It's a snowy morning, a little bit, not too flurry-ish, but a little bit of snow coming through in the late autumn, as it were. You figure. Some snow actually begins to stick to the ground, though, as the day progresses on. But yeah, you guys are waking up and can get about your activities. You guys want to describe anything you do in the morning and what you guys are going to get up to? You guys can wake up and meet in the kind of the lobby of the tower, as it were. What are you going to do, Tredicor?
So, as Tredicor goes, he always wakes up from the rafters. He does his long stretch meditation. He does his yoga, his little aerobatics on the rafters. It's kind of like exercise, but not quite.
Yeah.
It's more just kind of like, hey, let's get limber for the day. And as he does that, he does a somersault off the rafters, and he comes down into the main lobby. Almost a gymnast. And
Amazing.
my two companions, Lorna, Cassie. Good day.
Good morrow. I think Cassie gets up and decks herself out as a princess again. She wants to look her station and is trying. And she's trying in the kind of way that like you can't tell she's trying. She just like this person is just naturally like this all the time. But when she gets up, Lorna might notice that she's going to crack open her books and is going to, as soon as she wakes up, kind of go over her spells and do the equivalent of like meditations and practice, trying to perfect these things because she tried so hard over the last couple of days and still was not able to master pretty much anything that she wanted to. So she does some practicing for a few minutes before she heads downstairs for breakfast.
Yeah. And, yeah, go ahead, Lorna.
I will notice that she's reading the books, and I will, like, deliberately turn away and say, so early for the church. And then just, like, turn away and think about if I want to go back to see Triton about that hitman or not. Really interested in it. Really piqued my
Okay.
interest. So I'm like mulling that over. And then I'll head down after a little while. After just a little bit after Cassie.
Okay, and then I was going to mention Cassie real quick. You're going to try to cast a spell because you might use up a spell slot. You're back up to your max, obviously having done a long rest. But if you attempt to kind of set up a ritual, take like 10 or 20 minutes or whatever, you can definitely do that now and attempt to master a spell if you'd like.
So are you usually doing a ritual casting doesn't consume a spell slot? Are you implying that it would? Which I'm chill with. I just want to make sure I'm using my spell slots wisely.
Yep, in order to do a ritual, you need a spell slot in this universe. But
Okay.
rituals are the most common form of spell casting as well.
I think that she totally would actually. Hadn't thought I'd actually get a reroll on this. That sounds lovely.
Because basically, if you don't have like your arcane focus for like a certain spell, then you'd need to basically do a ritual.
Yeah.
Unless
So
you have like something.
I think that she'll set up a basic ritual, and try casting Witch Bolt again, trying to master it.
Yeah, you can cast that out through a window, perhaps into the stormy skies beyond, or just into the stone wall there, perhaps. I'll let you choose. There's some
I
other
think
stuff you could aim at.
a very low powered into the wall. She doesn't think she can actually do it. So if it actually damages something, she'll be surprised.
Amazing. Yeah. There's definitely some chairs and whatnot, fabrics and curtains nearby. But you got a nice clean area of stone to aim at. Go ahead and just make a DC roll as you finish setting up your, candle ritual little pentagram, and gonna consume some of the components you're probably given here. This is successful.
It's a 15 hit.
Ooh, yeah, with a 15, so you are going to be able to master this spell. But you are going to send this, bolt into the wall there, probably destroying a good portion of it. In fact, roll damage.
I actually have to look this up.
It's a D10, I'm pretty sure. You can just roll a D10 for the purposes of this wall attack.
1d12.
Anyway.
Is it? Yeah,
Okay.
it's a d12. That's a 6.
Nice. So, I wouldn't say, breaking through a new window or anything, but you make a good dent in the wall. And I assume, you can't prolong the bolt here. You're probably electrocuting like some other items nearby, some metal ornaments on the tips of this chair. What are you going to do with your newly mastered spell as it's coursing through you? How do you respond, Cassie?
I imagine that it actually works and it hits the wall and she stumbles backwards. It immediately shorts out and you can just see little zaps of energy. It's it literally shorts out almost like a light bulb. And she's just sat on her ass in the most undignified way, just kind of freaked out that she actually did it, and it was much more powerful than she thought it would be. Sorry, Lorena.
Amazing. Well, yeah, as I mentioned, outside you can see the gray, slushy skies. But, as you guys do make your way to leave the towers in the morning, Elrond would say, Lorna, Tredicor, I'd like a word. Please, keep that note of passage. Do you have this still, Lorna, with you? I fear there may come a time when we must close the walls again. Our High Council will be meeting soon for a final discussion on the matter. See, I meant to ask you, you do remember the somewhat small invasion of Jordan? You might not have even noticed. You don't recognize the uniforms of the Errigoldian army, but my men tell me they were pursuing you two. So tell me. And you guys can make kind of like a memory check if you guys would like, to recall some memories that happened, some fortnight ago or more.
It's
Well,
a
it's not
10.
in Fortnite.
Yeah, so
Me too. I rolled a 10.
you both got a 10. So yeah, you may remember some details, kind of what he's referring to. After you fled the fiery wood, you did see the dark elven soldiers pursuing you, and then fighting with the guard of Iron Haven and Jordan briefly. You may remember seeing the guardsmen of Iron Haven and Jordan capture these elves after making this ruckus, and they did definitely pursue you through the fiery woods as you fled the old pine settlement. Um, Nevertheless, you just recall these details. What would you like to say to Elrond?
Ooh.
Is there any other protection you can afford us at this time?
Not really at the moment, but were there any other details you know about these invaders? Why did they come here? Were they pursuing you, as my men suggested? Tredicor?
Uh, if they have been pursuing us, it must have been not just our own doing, but the ones of something greater than our own. I believe that they might be pursuing us because we have been helping you, Elrond. Uh, I believe if we continue on this path, these people will continue to not only harass you, but us as well. I feel like
And
we
what
should.
paths do you speak?
I'm sorry?
What path do you speak of?
Uh, our alliance. Because
Yes,
we do have
indeed.
similar causes and similar goals, and we have been great allies. But I believe if we continue to do as you bid, we might run into this similar problem.
Well, of course, I seek to avoid any conflicts with Errigold, as the king would have us do, and I merely seek some information. But tell me, did you not journey through the Pear Wood and the Ashen Forest beyond? Why were you there? You guys can answer from memory if you can, or you can make a memory check if you need. So let me know.
Let me go through my notes actually, because that was a little while ago.
Yeah, Tredicor, you definitely remember you were there with the knights
Yes.
after you got captured, and
Uh,
then essentially saved by Lorna and the knights.
wow, that's a lot of notes. Uh,
Well, it's fine if
is
you don't remember.
before Greg?
What's that?
Is this
Oh,
before Greg?
here, Kyle, will you mute your mic for your wrestling papers?
Oh, sorry.
Um, but yeah, if you guys don't remember, it's fine. But Elrond would also ask you guys, um, if you do see the Knights of the Word that you traveled with, send them to speak with me as well, please. And Lorna, if you need private investigatory work, I have more for you, of course. You could investigate the mines that Greg failed to complete. There is some holdout of final goblins, it seems. But of course, you have not spoken with the wise men of the lake. Then go speak with them first. I'm here if you need me, whenever you're done, and you wish to assist the city further. But alas, safe travels.
Excellent.
Um, and yeah, as you guys go to leave, actually, Elrond, as usual. But one more thing. I was informed just now the messengers await you two. Check the nearby tower among the battlements, just out these doors, and then continue to the top of the round tower to the messenger birds. Their letters await you. So yeah, you guys can head out and get some letters that would await you at the messenger tower if you'd like. Just out the door. So. Or you guys could just, forget about that and go wherever you want. What do you guys want to do?
I never get mail. I want to go check on that.
Am I
Who would
here?
write to me?
Yeah, you'd probably be around.
Okay, because I got the impression that
Around
Elrond was
wasn't
just talking
asking
to
you
them.
anything. Yeah, he was. But yeah, you guys can definitely go out onto the battlements, kind of the snowy town, and kind of head up and get some messages. Here, I'll send you these messages as you enter. There'd basically be a steward who can give you guys letters that were forwarded from a couple different areas. One's addressed to both Tredicor and Lorna. Let's see.
Anything for Cassie?
Not at the tower, no. He says, I'm sorry, miss. What was the name, Cassie? I don't have anything. I'll check back tomorrow.
No worries. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys can chat as you guys walk out and get your mail, I suppose. Take a second here. There's one here that's for both Tredicor and Lorna. And there's one here that is for each of you individually. So you
Fancy.
both get 2 letters.
How are you sending this, Ryan?
I'm going to send it through Discord. I just barely pinged you the first one.
Okay.
There's the second one. So you guys
Oh.
can, unroll these scrolls, and there's, perhaps some packages within as well from, basically just tied up. There's some birds up in the tower as well. Anything you'd like to do up in the tower, Cassie, as they're kind of looking through some scrolls? You're just kind of shuffling your feet.
Yeah, I imagine that they're like standing there like reading their mail, and I'm just kind of standing there looking like ever so slightly disappointed as she is awaiting news. And I think she's gonna walk up. I imagine like these birds are probably like on perches somewhere in the room. Am I right?
Yeah, there's essentially windows and perches as well. Some of them sit in like window openings.
I imagine she'd
There's
go
mostly
over to
just
one
like
of the
ravens
birds.
and pigeons.
Yeah, she's gonna go over to one of the birds and like kind of offer, like kind of how you do like when you're at an awkward party and you play with the dog, like everybody is very engrossed. Yeah, you know me, Elizabeth. Like everybody's kind of engrossed in their mail. I can't really leave until they're done. But hi, pretty bird. Are you gonna hurt me? And she's gonna like try and pet this bird.
You want to do like an animal handling check?
Heck yes. Heck no.
Is there a way I can chat with Lorna, just the 2 of us?
Yeah. I mean, you could just try something. Yeah. How do you want to go about it?
Cassie has walked away from the
You
group.
guys are all in the same tower right now, but there's definitely the staircase. You could go down to a lower area or just out in the battlements. So it's kind of windy and snowy, so it's not too hard to get a quiet word though. You could probably just do it in the room while she's talking to the bird. Honestly, if you guys whispered.
Okay.
Or let's see.
I might have some checks at that point though.
All right. Lorna,
Yes.
I have received word. We have the opportunity to save Commander Abraham. And it is within the battalion that is within the mines that we went through quite some time ago.
I received that word as well. I will be glad to have a battalion with us.
I think that should be our first and foremost thing to accomplish. Just because
I agree. We've
defeated,
put it off a long time.
they have done so much for us. and it's time to return the favor.
Correct. We should set out as soon as we can to meet them.
I agree.
Okay, cool. So if you guys are just kind of whispering in the room, wait, did you roll a DC on your animal handling?
Yes, I did. That's a 5.
It was a 5. Okay, we'll just say, you're making a ruckus with this bird. You're not listening to what they're saying. Nevertheless,
no.
What do you guys want to do next?
Now you know how I felt with Buttercup.
Is Buttercup still in the town?
I imagine she
Yeah,
was
she's
brought
just
in.
out. There's just stables. There's extra small stables right by the towers where you guys probably would have just set your horses. There's like a public stables in the town square as well. But yeah, as you guys kind of leave the towers and get down to the city proper below Iron Haven, kind of bustling in the soggy snow, a young elven boy hails and does deliver a letter to you, Cassie. You recognize the boy from the herb shop. Excuse me, Cassandra. This was just rushed into to stock. We sent it straight to you. Thank you for your business. He hands you a package of twine and parchment containing a bottle of Faith Flynn's finest Beeson Brewery. Brewer's best friend, golden honey-based liquid, is within. So yeah, you've actually collected all the items you need for that brew. But yeah, I'll go ahead and send you that item quick if you'd like. Just
Thank
the
you
words,
kindly.
but yeah.
And I think she's gonna take it from him. How young is this boy, by the way?
He seems like an adolescent elf. So
I think
not really sure.
in a very ladylike way she's gonna take it, and just like, thank you so much. And she's actually gonna give him a kiss on the cheek. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
My. He's definitely blushed. Well, you want to make a persuasion. I'll give you
She's trying to
persuasion.
tip him. She doesn't have any gold.
See how much you have wooed this boy.
Please don't feel bad that I'm not tipping you. That's a 10.
He's definitely not. He doesn't look sad that you're not tipping him. He looks flattered and he's blushing. He just kind of stands there for a few seconds and then he'll spin around on his heel and walk away. What are you guys gonna do now? If you'd like, I can tell you some various quests you have received. But yeah, you've got your open world before you. You've got your various maps at your disposal as well. But yeah, you guys can make a plan and chat amongst yourselves or do whatever you'd like.
Cassie's actually gonna walk up to Lorena and Tredicor. To the wise men of the lake, then.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Cassandra. I am busy looking at my maps currently.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Let's turn it.
I'm shuffling through them. I don't know what to do. Which one do I look at? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Yes. We are here.
There's also additional maps in the Discord.
I say we head east.
If you check the maps channel, there's one that shows you a little bit. But yeah.
Is that to the men of the
Anyway.
lake, Tredicor?
Yes. We are heading back to help our friends.
Have you received some news? Is someone in trouble? I'm so sorry.
Yes. There are people that Lorna and I have been trying to help for quite some time. Sorry, Discord is so many notes.
Well, I think what he means to say is we're sort of obliged to go help rescue this guy, and we've received word that we should head out now, and we feel deeply indebted, which is what makes us want to leave as soon as possible.
Yes.
Of course, I won't leave anybody in need on the line. Joseph, fetch Buttercup. We'll leave at once.
You'd like to go with us?
I hadn't thought of staying in the city.
We'd love to have you along. The more the hopefully merrier.
Also, with the new magical spell that I heard about, we could totally use you.
I wasn't aware anybody had heard me this morning.
Oh, you're talking about prestidigitation, of course.
Oh, okay.
He might have heard something, though.
I heard.
He might have heard that.
Flutter upstairs.
There's a lightning bolt. He definitely heard that.
I
think definitely some people heard that.
Yeah, I will neither confirm nor deny the condition of the walls in Lorena and I's bedchambers currently. I will simply say that beyond a reasonable doubt, it was certainly an accident, whoever did it.
Well,
what can we say except for there's always destruction in the morning?
In more ways than one. But yes. Cassandra, would you join Lorna and I into Yorndal?
Oh, of course. I would love to come along. Are we to take the cart?
We could take the cart. We could take our horses. I don't mind whichever one.
I think it would be nice to take horses because then we can arrive sooner.
I agree.
I don't believe. Do we have a steed for Joseph, or perhaps we can talk to Elrond and ask him for a lend of one of his ponies?
Joseph does have his own steed.
He does.
Yeah, you guys traveled together with your two horses for a while. He doesn't have his helmet.
Doesn't have a helmet. Okay.
You guys both have horses.
Although it would be a big mood for Lorna to ask him for a horse.
A mighty steed.
It would be on brand. By the way, Elrond, some extra payment.
I had sent Joseph, or attempted to send Joseph to go get the horses. Should we follow him that direction and saddle up all of our ponies?
I think that would be wise.
Yeah, you guys can definitely head out, get your horses in order. Cassandra and her knight definitely have their own horse. You guys have a cart, or you could just ride your horses. What would you guys like to do, Lauren and Tredicor?
I think just take a horse. Yeah.
You guys, you riding your horse as well, Tredicor?
Transporting precious cargo. I feel like speed is better than protection right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, you guys can definitely set out on your horses. You guys aren't making any stops through the town. You guys are going to Yordantown to see the old wise men. Yeah.
Yes. We are in seek of Core.
Core is actually at the inn. Presumably, you would probably remember he kind of met you there previously and told you he'd meet you back. So you can go to kind of the Ruby Valley, where Skeller's the innkeep, and find Core there. And then you guys could depart to get Commander Abraham. But that's nearby. The inn is actually on your way. You could head right as you approach, as you kind of leave, the Bailey of Ironhaven, leave the outer walls, descend down into Yordantown in this snowy, morning. You get down into Yordantown. It's a very small town, kind of like these other outskirts towns you've seen around Ironhaven, Cassandra. Nothing too special. The inn is up to the right, though, and the wise men are going to be down to the left, near the Poison Lake itself. So would you like to go right or left to see the wise men or the inn?
I assume we're going to help your friends, yes?
Yes. I think we should go meet the battalion to help rescue Abraham. And then on the way back to Iron Haven, we can stop and see the wise men at the lake.
I agree with you on that, Lorna. We have a duty to help the friends that have helped us. We have plenty of time to get the wisdom that we need from them. But friends need, like,
Oh, what's that? You're cutting out a little bit.
I feel like
maybe mute yourself if you're not talking.
The friends in need are the ones that need our help right now. We can always get the wisdom from them later on.
Excellent. So it sounds like you guys are going right up to the inn to find Core and depart to save your friends.
Yes.
So that's totally cool. You guys can head through the town here. Let me see here. So yeah, kind of as you just kind of pass through the town square of Jordan, you do see this old man who's somewhat familiar, standing out on his front porch looking at his broken doorway. He's saying, he's kind of this hunched, he's the cane, he's got a gray beard, gray eyes. He says, "Oh, what happened to my door?" He's like touching it, and his door is like completely demolished. He says, "Albert, did you do this? Get in here. I'll beat you." But yeah, you guys can head out through the town if you'd like, and head out to the inn. You guys want to walk into the inn?
Yeah.
Yes. I do. I mean, I'm oblivious to it, so I'm just like walking in, like, give me the biggest jar of marmalade.
And yeah, Lorna, you remember breaking that man's door, stealing his axe. He's in the distance saying, like, "Where's my hatchet? Albert, was that you too?"
I don't.
You guys also saved
anything.
Albert. In fact, you also see some kids snowball fighting. What's that?
I'm just trying to ignore it and act casual.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
they're more with slush, really.
Sad.
There's a couple kids, as well as the girl that you saved, the young town girl, and some other children, presumably that Greg might have found in the goblin tunnels as well. You guys have saved them all, and they're playing with snowballs. It's beautiful. But yeah, you guys walk into the inn, and Skeller greets you guys. "Hey, what brings you here? I need a room." It's Lorna and Tredicor. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well,
my good man.
You see this man, Skeller.
Business.
What's that?
We are here on an important business. Have you seen Core?
Yes, of course. I've seen the Knights of the Word. They are just in the back room here. If you'd like to go speak with them. And looking around through into another room, you do see what appears to be some knights in armor in a back, just kind of like around a back section of the lobby, as it were. So yeah, it says, "All right then. Let me know if you need anything." Not immediately. Make a perception check.
Should I make one too? Because I'm gonna walk up.
You can, yeah.
I got a 21.
Wow, I did too. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, you don't recognize any of the people except for Core. You do see Core kind of in the back, kind of near the center. Everybody's just lounging around, kind of waiting, as it seems. They're not in full armor right now, but partially set up, it seems.
Okay, I want to approach Core immediately.
I'll follow.
But discreetly. I don't want the men to see me.
Yeah, the other men. You can make a stealth check. It's gonna be really hard though, because they're all over in the room. There's probably 10 other men, or maybe 8 men, just like hanging out, chilling, having a drink or some food. Some of them, and you see Core. Sorry, what's that?
I don't think I passed the check. I think I rolled like 4. So.
They're gonna see you, but
Yeah.
they see you like kind of trying to sneak through. They're like, "Hail, what you doing here, monk?" And Cor will be like, Tredicor, Lorna, good to see you. Well, we're prepared. If you need to, if you'd like to accompany us, we have awaited you.
We are ready to prepare and get on our quest to save our men. Abraham needs us.
And Cor, he actually sounds like puts on his helmet. His voice probably sounds more like this. He's like, "Well, then, I'm really glad you've come. Let's get out there. Let's get back to Ozar. Do you remember Ozar at all, Tredicor? Lorna, you've been there?
Ozar, yes, I
This
do.
will be our destination."
Well, I
Well,
certainly
then.
won't enjoy seeing that place again, but I guess we'll go.
Yes. Well, I've brought all the reinforcements I can. If you'd like to hire any other men to accompany us in the city, it would not be frowned upon by me by any means. But if you're ready to depart, we'll get ready. And he kind of motions to the men. They start giving orders, it would seem, to get ready as well.
And we are not bringing not just a man, but a great warrior, Cassandra. She is our travel companion, and she is going to be joining us with this quest.
And who is this? And, you'll definitely see this
I'm actually going to introduce
dashing
Cassandra.
man. Not that dashing, really. He's a battle-scarred man, dark hair, very dark, deep voice. He says, "Nice to meet you. Why are you so powerful on the battlefield, miss?"
I believe Tredicor overstates I am but a young mage. Cassandra of Riversdale. The pleasure is all mine.
Delighted. He'll take your hand there. He'll say, "Riversdale. Oh, you are from Farleong as well. What
Do you hail
brings
from
you all the
Farleong?
way here?" "Yes, I am from the Pale Castle, Farleong proper. I am a knight of the word on a secret mission, as it were,
What
from
news
the
and what
High King."
gladness it brings me to meet a kinsman.
"Yes, some other men accompany me as well who may have more news of the homeland, if that's what you seek. I have little seen Farleong in some years, save for finding these reinforcements that we may attempt our long journey again." You
Thank
have
you.
brought a knight of your own.
Yes, this
And
is
he'll,
my
greet
personal
Joseph.
guard.
Oh, lovely to have you as well. But yeah, everybody gets ready, and you guys can head out with the knights if you'd like, to the west, really, through the Pear Wood is where you'd be headed, past Jordan to the west of Ironhaven, and past Jordan Town into the Pear Wood beyond. If you guys are ready for that, that's what you guys want to do, or anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's kick rocks.
Heck yeah. Well then, let's see here.
As we travel with these knights, Cassandra would ride up next to probably like one or two, depending on how many it takes to answer her question, and just kind of, good morrow. I seek news of Farleon, and I have heard that one of you might have been there in the last year.
Indeed. Yeah, as you guys kind of head out, you can definitely say that. And you guys are just going through kind of the muddy, soggy pear wood. The snow is melting, the mushy snow, and it's raining lightly. But it's kind of a gloomy day, very gray. But yeah, some of the knights say, "Oh, of course, young ma'am. Some news of Farleong, indeed. Times are As ever. What would you like to know?
Is there any news of Riversdale, the king and queen that dwell there?
Riversdale. Oh, the king and queen. Well, roll, I guess, for me like a luck check, Lorna. Or Cassandra, sorry.
Okay.
Fuck, that's a 2.
Not too sure about news from Riversdale specifically. I have heard they've had trouble with the plague, of course, for some years. But I believe the king they have. I know they got a new king many years ago. I
Yes.
believe they're doing fine. Doing as rough as any, I suppose. They might say. But yeah, that's probably about the extent of it. Not too much you learn from the knights about the nature of your homeland. Some vague things that may or may not make too much sense.
She, of course,
And
thanks him
about
graciously.
the plague and whoever the kings are, they're doing fine. He doesn't really even know. They're more they know about Riversdale, but they haven't necessarily been there. To the Crystal region, more so the Pale region. Most of these guys, or even the Poison region. Some of them up by kind of Fisherman's Harbor. They say, they know there was the plague. That's about it. But yeah, anyway, you guys are heading out. How are you guys, Tredicor and Lorna, situated amongst this rabble of knights and your friends? 10 knights in total who you guys are accompanying, and they all basically have horses as well. So you guys are just like 13 people on horses riding through. Where would you guys like to situate yourselves specifically as you settle in, Cassie, as well?
Yeah, I think I'll
Lorna,
take
go
up
ahead.
the rear.
Okay.
I think I will be up front, actually. Riding at the lead of the pack. I would like to make sure that we are in pace and we are getting to our destination.
So the extremities are contained, but Cassie, would you like to be in front of the knights, behind them, in the middle, as well as Joseph? Where do you put him?
I think I would have Joseph ride next to me, and I imagine she's probably talking to these knights as they ride, so I'd imagine she's probably like in the midst of the knights.
Okay, yeah, cool. You just keep kind of chatting with a few of them, seeing what they know. None of them have really more information, but sounds good. Let's see here. So probably, and then would you say Joseph is just kind of, following you around, or is he just kind of hanging somewhere? I'll let you decide, Cassandra, where Joseph is. He'll ask you for direction.
Stay close to me, Joseph. By my side would be best. I fear these woods our road may not be safe. I would appreciate your company.
Yes. He will default to these settings. Anyway, yeah, you guys can head off through the Pearwood for sure. Definitely a great snowy day. Tredicor, make a perception check for me. Lorna, you can make a perception check as well. And I'd like you, Tredicor, to make a survival check as well. Cassie, you can make a perception check as well here.
I got a 15.
I got a 14 on perception. And then what was the other one?
Survival, Tredicor.
Dude, 21. I roll a natural 20.
You have walked these woods before. You know just where you're going. The rest of you, you see the wildlife, the birds and the chipmunks passing through. At one point, though, definitely you hear Tredicor some noises of like some large predator that would be awaiting perhaps in the woods. And you guys are able to hang out, and everybody make a stealth check for me. You guys are kind of trying to avoid this whatever is creeping through the woods. Could be a giant, like a bear. You guys are thinking as Tredicor would inform you, just kind of with his monk senses listening.
I got a 24.
Amazing.
So I'm very
Tredicor, I don't know if
sneaky.
your camera is off, by the way, too. But I assume you are not sneaky, Cassie.
That's a -1.
Why though?
Sorry, I'll try to fix my camera, but
You're good. Yeah, Cassie. I mean, that was the lowest you can go, but that's pretty bad.
I rolled a 16.
I guess.
I feel like I was able to stealth so well because of the distraction from Cassie.
She's just chatting with these knights. She's dressed beautifully. Just talking loudly, enjoying being a princess, riding a horse, completely oblivious of everything around her. She got an 8 on perception. Can't see anything.
It's beautiful this time of year.
Cold.
Oh yeah. So
The suspense is killing me.
You know, Cassie, if you'd like to describe, I mean, you definitely are making some noise here that might be drawing the attention of whatever you guys are trying to avoid. That Tredicor is kind of saying like, shh, and you're just kind of like perhaps chatting loudly. What were you doing?
I think she's laughing. I think like the loudest sound she makes would be like a very beyond polite laugh. Like she's trained in the art of conversation, so she's making very good small talk with these knights and kind of casually befriending them. And you know like when men are trying to be funny but they're not actually being super funny, but you laugh like a little bit over exaggeratedly because you don't want them to feel bad and you want to be friends with them. That laugh, that specific laugh, the polite
as kind of like it becomes extremely quiet, and you just hear that shattering through kind of the silence, and everybody kind of turns to look. And Cassie, all these knights as well as you two, and Joseph is like, gosh. But yeah, essentially though, you Tredicor would hear this large snorting of this, what you assume is a bear that you've detected up in the distance that's going to cross the path. And it seems to be coming your way now. It's still a bit obscured through the thicket and the kind of the snowy hillsides here, as you guys are kind of in the thicket of the pear woods, the mist of it really. But what would you guys like to do?
I already know what I'm going to do. I am actually going to throw 2 darts. I'm going to use one of my chi, and it's going to be, what is it? Well, I guess it's kind of, it's my martial arts chi that I have, and I want to be able to use my double attack and just kind of go boop. And I'm just going to throw 2 darts straight at this beast that is unknown. And it is going to be a defense mechanism to make sure that it doesn't come any closer, and so it avoids more conflict.
Okay. And yeah, even that's probably a good idea. So yeah, go ahead and you can kind of be awaiting as he kind of peeks through the bushes, it would seem, so you can be readied with that. What are you guys going to do as, you definitely hear this, what would you assume is a bear or a large animal rushing towards you guys? What would you be doing just in this brief second? I guess nose goes for you too.
So am I not like seen? Like, how did my 24 affect it?
You can definitely just hide. You are super stealthy, Lorna. You can hide wherever you'd like. If you'd like to tell me where you're hiding.
I am going to dismount my horse and kind of like slink off into the trees, and at the same time draw my bow and aim it just like at the sound.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely hiding in the trees. So yeah, you're also ready. What about you, Cassandra?
I imagine that she has very little, if any, time to do anything, but probably let out a squeak, a very girlish squeak, and kind of. I imagine her horse like steps back because of her own like. What's the word? Not upset, but her being startled like makes her horse step back and kind of like, do kind of a dance a little bit as she startles.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So eventually, you do see poking through the woods exactly as Tredicor would have predicted, like this massive brown bear that just seems to be barreling towards you guys. You guys have your shots ready. The other knights kind of are just like drawing their swords. Some of them do have arrows that they're also trying to ready right now. But Lorna, you're definitely faster than them, and you guys are going to get kind of a surprise shot on the bear. So you guys can roll your attacks here, both of you, Tredicor and Lorna.
It's a 20 again.
I rolled
Definitely gonna hit. Wait, is that a nat 20?
Yeah. 2 in a row.
What's that? Tredicor?
18.
You guys are definitely both gonna hit him. Lorna, you're dealing critical damage, so you deal maximum damage plus whatever you roll. But you only get your modifier once.
1d6
But Tredicor, you can roll your damage as well.
So
As you guys just spit out your darts and arrows.
I hit 5 and 5.
I have
so 10 from Tredicor. What was yours, Lorna? 4 on top of your max. What's your max?
8, because it's 1d6 plus 2.
So your total is 12? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys just like pummel this bear. You see it like kind of lurch back, as it were, as just the force of your arrows and darts just kind of push it back a little bit, and he digs into the dirt. He seems to have a second there where he's kind of rethinking his approach here, and he actually just turns tail and keeps running across the path into the distance. You can see where he's going off to. You could perhaps take another pot shot at him if you'd like. What are you guys gonna do?
He's running away though.
He's running away. Not really a threat.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think we should just keep going then.
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of roll this off as like, there, you see?
We are stronger.
Okay. Well, yeah, you guys can head off through the Pear Woods, continue your journey here. Anything you'd like to do as you guys would just head off? Same order of the pack, or what's that, Cassie?
Oh, I imagine that Cassie's probably staying where she is, or maybe backing up a little, and just kind of like looks to the men around her that she was joking with, and just kind of like quietly apologizes, and then nudges her horse to slow down so she's near the back of the pack, and just doesn't say a word for the rest of the journey.
You're gonna go behind Lorna, or?
If Lorna, sorry, I think she would stay probably ahead of Lorna. But like if there's any gap between Lorna and the rest of the group, and of course Joseph is going to follow her.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're not going behind Lorna though. Okay.
No.
Okay. So yeah, let's see here. It is actually a long journey. There's not too much else that's really happening today. So you guys will get through, and you guys will probably need to make a camp for the night in the woods here. What you do approach as it gets to be later in the day is this bay along the Poison Lake. The road kind of jettisons off to the south, primarily, and then you would know that it kind of loops back around to the west. But there is kind of this area where the road meets the bay here of the Poison Lake, and you do see some frogs scuttering along the banks, as well as just like the sandy banks, the mist upon the dark waters. And you see in the distance a dark island with like the spires of some ruined castle. That's not too far off away from the shore, just in the night sky. There's like the moon as well, and it is really cold. What would you guys like to do? You guys should make camp for the night. You know.
I'm gonna suggest making camp at the shore.
Lorna, if you don't recall, we did have an encounter here at the Poison Lake. We did run into a monster here.
Yeah, true.
If it would be best to be next to the shore, but at least in proximity. I just don't want to have an encounter like we did before.
That's true. Is there anywhere that looks safer?
Well, let me check my maps real quick.
There's basically just the woods. As you guys are headed through the pear wood, you're just kind of surrounded, mostly by pear trees and, some coniferous, and, just thickets of other things and deer trails and the main path. In fact, the main path is not that good either. It's, it's actually called on your maps kind of the Lost Road. It used to be a main trail, but it hasn't been used in many years by most people.
South of Rondell? Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's west of Jordan, west of Ironhaven. So you guys are mostly going west for your journey to Ozar. And in there may be a map showing Ozar. You might not have a map showing Ozar, but you can see the Ashen Woods, which is kind of where you're going. You can go, a little bit south to pretty much avoid the Ashen Wood, and you go through the Pearwood into the Pine Woods. That's kind of your goal. As kind of the other knights might point out to you. Yeah, it's very far to the west. In fact, you know that these lands are kind of Errigoldian. You'll get to the Errigoldian border and leave. You're definitely leaving the Ori Union, as it were. You guys might know. I mean, Cassie, you probably don't know what's going on in that regard.
Nope. I don't imagine that anybody's talking to her.
No one really knows. These are all elven lands, really. These are strange places. But some nights might make idle conversation. You guys been through the Pear Woods before? Would you like to set up camp near the lake or near the trees here in the thicket?
I would prefer the thicket.
Very well.
I don't know about you, Lorna, but we've had struggles in both of these lands, the shore and in the woods. I know the ones in the woods, at least we can see them all. But the creatures that lurk in the depths of the great poison, I am not sure if I am willing to fight them again.
No, wherever is most discreet would be best, and I will concede to your expertise.
I think we shall hang out in the thicket of the Pearwood and have watches throughout the night.
Agreed.
Cor will say, wait, what was that?
Watches. I said agreed.
What was that, Tredicor?
Watches throughout the night. We shall take shifts. 3 hours each.
Okay. Yes, very well. Tredicor will, not Tredicor, sorry, Cor here, the knight, will also suggest, to be honest, none of these regions are too secluded. There's not a good clearing either. We could press on farther through the night. I do know of a good clearing, but it's some time ahead. This may be too much travel for some of you. You're not used to it.
About how much further ahead?
Some hours. So you definitely have to make some exhaustion saving throws if you guys want to try.
Oh, wow.
Who am I addressing that it just suggested this?
Core.
Then the Knight of the Word,
So
the main leader guy.
If we go through the Pearwood, you know that is at least a few hours. And then once we get through there, we just get to clearing. Do you think we'd be safer within the clearing or with the protection of the wood?
This is a good question, Tredicor. It depends on what our men are able for. And he'll kind of, ponder it. You can see him looking over his men as well. He'll say, what about your crew? You would like to stay in the woods then? The difference is, I suppose, in a clearing, we could all have each other's backs in close proximity. In the woods, we might be more separated. Our tents, we'd have to find places for.
Yes, but in a wood area, we can have a fire that would keep away predators and also provide protection from said fire. If we are in the open and have a fire, people or creatures or any danger can see us from miles away. If we go near the shores of the poison lake, the fire still would present our location. I think it would be wise to actually stay in the Pearwood. At least that way, our presence would be at least secluded to a small area.
And then, real quick, I just wanted to double check. Cassie, you told the knights, or did you not tell them that you're like the princess of Riversdale?
I don't think she would have mentioned the word princess. She's probably just said of Riversdale. What they infer from a lady dressed in fine clothing on an adventure with a knight as a bodyguard is up to them.
Yes. Yeah, you are dressed very finely today. Nevertheless, Cor will say, what about you, Cassandra? What would you think we should rest at? The woods here? You're tired?
I am weary and would rather not go on tonight if we can, though I will leave it to my much more experienced compatriots for their experience.
Very well. I think this may be best. So yeah, if you have no objections here, Lorna, you guys can set up your camp in the woods here and take a rest, and you guys can take some turns rolling some kind of lookout checks throughout the night.
Well, I would like to address Lorna and see if she agrees with my accession.
Okay.
Assessment. Yeah.
Lorna, do you think we should continue on and go into the plains? Or shall we stay here in the woods? Or should we stay here by the shore?
I think we should stay here in the woods. I think it will be far too risky to travel either out of the cover of trees or forward through the darkness. Because I just remembered that I'm the only one who can see in the night, probably.
You're not the only one.
Well, that's what I feel.
All right. Well then, I think that we should take turns, taking watch. We do have our knights here with us, but since we both have dark vision, I feel like we should both take the first two shifts, at least until twilight.
I agree.
We can allow someone else to do the shift. How would you like to do this? Do you want to flip a coin? Do you want to throw a D3? I don't know.
Play a game of cards.
Let's do it.
Are you guys including me in this watch conversation?
Honestly,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would imagine like Cassandra wouldn't even think to put up a watch and would probably be just like setting up her tent and getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
So unless you guys have like
Joseph
deliberately
would probably
thought to
stand in for you.
Princess.
That's a thing. It is not essential for you.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to do best out of 6?
Best 2 out of 3.
Best 2 out of 3.
Oh my. Just do 1 out of 1.
2. Ready, go. I got a 3.
Wait, what are you rolling? Are you rolling D4?
No? D3?
Yeah.
Oh, D4.
Oh. I don't have a D3 on me right now. I think I do.
Roll something else.
Let's just use a D6.
You guys are determining who's taking first watch.
This is a big
okay, I
deal.
do have a D3.
What does a D3 look like?
It's a D6, but you essentially half the result.
Oh no, I only have a D4. That's
Round
all
it up.
We'll just use that.
Okay.
I got a 4 this time.
Okay, I'll take first watch.
Perfect.
I
will go set up my tent.
Very good. So you guys can all head off, take your rest. Tredicor, you taking first watch, go ahead and do a perception check.
I have a question. We've completed a long rest,
Okay.
so I no longer have a point of exhaustion, yes?
True.
Okay. I was assuming under that assumption, but I wanted to triple check.
Did you roll Tredicor?
For perception?
Yeah.
I just did. I always forget which one it's in. 13.
Okay, yeah, you definitely, it's pretty quiet for some time, but you do hear some rustling, some strange noises like some scraping of trees and leaves off in the distance. It's getting closer to you guys, and then it kind of just stays there for a moment. What do you want to do? You want to investigate the noise or get it out? Seems like animal.
I feel like since I have all my chi back, can I cast Dark Vision, which cost 1 chi? And
Yeah.
it lasts. Dark Vision lasts. It looks like 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can do that, and if you kind of get a little bit of a better look, you can definitely see what's going on. Do you want to describe how you kind of
perception and what it says on here? Sorry, I just had it. I think it adds 4.
Oh, it's okay. With dark vision, you'll be able to see just fine. But yeah,
so I roll for perception. That is 19.
Yeah, are you gonna go investigate it then? Because you can definitely have a better view of the situation, albeit kind of in a black and white fashion. But you can see much more detail through the leaves and the trees. But you can't exactly get a clear view of what you're trying to listen for, this animal. But you can definitely just peek forward a bit and get a good look of it if you'd like. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an investigation then.
Oh, it's okay. You already rolled. So as you approach, you'll definitely see it's this bear that you guys encountered before. He seems to be kind of scouting around your camp, possibly trying to attack you guys, but yet keeping a distance for now. But you definitely see the arrow and the dart sticking out of it, although they're broken. But it's kind of bleeding and wounded, this bear. But you kind of just see him standing off there.
does it know that we are encamped here, or is it just wandering?
He definitely seems to know about your encampment. He hasn't noticed you specifically standing here.
Okay, I'm gonna encounter it one-on-one. I am attacking.
Okay, roll for actually initiative, I suppose.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it. 18.
That's good. Yeah, how are you going to attack him?
So, being
What are you going to do as you approach?
I do all my night watches, all my sleeping from the high ground. So, when I was doing my night watch, I was obviously in the trees. And when I heard this bear approaching, I was already in the high ground. And I hear this bear approaching, possibly here to hurt and harm anybody that I'm working with. So I go down with my great new staff that has the nice new green crystal in it, and I hit it right on the head. That's it.
Amazing. Roll your attack and probably your damage.
Damn. That was a good roll. 17. And sorry, give me a second. That staff you gave me.
It's just +2, actually.
But what dice? Is it a D6?
It's to the regular dice. Yeah, it's versatile, so you can.
6. I roll a 4 + 2.
Nice. Yeah, so you definitely get a good attack on this bear, and he kind of stumbles over sideways as you swing at him with your staff. It does kind of snarl and whine and flip over and go in to attack you. It kind of juts out with one of its claws. Tredicor is easily able to kind of step back and avoid it. It goes in for another attack with its teeth, tries to bite at you, Tredicor, and it is going to hit you. But let's see. Roll. Actually, I'll just roll this damage here. So it's 2 damage, Tredicor. He gets a bite onto your arm.
10?
Sinks his teeth in there a little bit. 2.
2. Oh, I
just
heard 10.
2 damage.
Okay.
It's like, wow, that's significant. He just bit my arm? No, he just would gnaw through you at that point, ripping you to shreds. But no, he gets kind of a minor blow, biting your arm, drawing some blood, but you're just fine. You whip around and can make another attack here. The bear does look pretty wounded, but yeah, what do you want to do?
Okay, so since the bear is like on my arm and he's biting, I'm actually going to use his own strength against him. And so as he's biting down onto my arm, I'm going to twist his neck around and I'm going to put my hand right on his guzzle. And I'm going to choke him out.
Go it. Yeah. Do it. I mean, honestly, roll kind of just give me a luck check.
Can I do martial arts or?
Yeah, do your martial arts actually, and also give me a luck check though.
Okay. Oh, dude, I rolled a 19, and my luck is +2. So.
And what's your martial arts?
My martial arts, I have to re-roll for that one. And that has no modifier, so it's just kind of whatever. And that was an 11.
I mean, you basically just have your way with this bear. How do you want to do it?
Okay, so as he's biting my arm, like this bear is literally clamped on, and I grab his jaw and I bring his entire body down, and I put my other hand right over his neck, and I choke the bear out.
Oh yeah, just like a minute or a little more. It's like struggling with this bear. In fact, go ahead and make like a check for me of dexterity, Tredicor, as this bear is struggling with you, and you're holding him down. But he's beating you with like his hands and claws, like, trying to at least against your thighs and back. But you're just strangulating this bear. He's you eventually put him down. Go back, finish your watch. Lorna will finish her watch for the night as well. Any other thoughts you'd have here, Tredicor, as you finish this up?
Actually,
silence eventually.
I am gonna do something about this. I just strangled a bear that both Lorna and I attacked, and I killed this bear. This is a beast. So as I return back to camp and wake up Lorna for her second check, or for her second
second watch, yeah.
I'm like, most threats are done. And as I throw the bear right in front of her, and I'm like, it's your turn.
And I will look kind of dazed because I was asleep. I wasn't meditating. I was like out. And it feels kind of like a weird dream to me because why would the bear even follow us? I thought it was going to die from the wounds we gave it. So I kind of like pat Tredicor on the shoulder and just like sleepily walk out to the watch post, not even fully registering it yet. And then when I get to the tree, the watch post, I feel more shocked. Like, wait, did he just... And then I kind of ponder it while I watch.
Yeah, I fought a bear.
Okay.
Again.
It's pretty epic.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, I guess the only other thing I'll mention here, as we probably are going to wrap up our session here, Cassandra, you're probably in there having some dream. Probably, I would say, about the druids. The druids will tell you once you're ready to return to Farleon, just, come find them where they left you in the forest of Forget-Me-Nots. They can accompany you there if you need. But, you also have some more of the nightmarish sections of the old druid you first encountered. But yeah, otherwise, you guys sleep peacefully, and we'll complete a short rest by the end of this. And we'll pick back up here next time. So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for playing.
Guys.
Yeah, thank you. And sorry I was a little late. But...
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to play with you.
Yeah, it was.
Lorna, it would be nice to actually get and help Abraham.
It will be nice. We owe it to him.
Yeah.
We left him for like an extra month or something, I swear.
No, he's just been like sitting there drinking at the inn, just kind of waiting.
It's good. I like to give my friend Skeller some business.
You gotta take
So Core actually went on a little bit of a journey to get these reinforcements for you, whereas Abraham, of course, is in Ozar. But yeah, they did spend some time with Skeller at the end for sure. So that was good. But yeah, of course, thanks for watching our video. Thanks for playing. You guys have to like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I'll send you all the links and all the maps you need. No, just kidding. But yeah, anything else you guys would like to say? Thanks.
It was fun.
Cassandra, you are a trooper in a dress.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're going on a big kid quest now. To the wild lands. Having mastered so many spells. Well,
Yeah.
Just the
Well,
one.
I think you guys are killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was lovely to play.
It was.
yeah, good job, guys.
Yeah. It's
See you.
Yeah. Have a good one, guys.
You too, Kyle. See you. See
ya.
you, Audrey.